Hi there, it's Liz Yuille, UK Stampin' Up demonstrator. Right, so there are moments when you really shouldn't say things that you don't mean. So I was watching a friend of mine's Facebook Live today, a few days ago as you see this, and she's made a really nice little card, and we were having a bit of banter, and she was talking about not particularly liking pineapple punch as a colour, particularly for a full card, and I kind of stupidly challenged myself to make one. So, Hannah, this is for you. So, I am going to make a cute, it's going to be a case of her card, which is a cute little gatefold card, and yeah. It's going to be pineapple punch and white. Those are the only colours I am going to allow myself to use. So I'm starting with the handwritten background stamp. This is brand new out of the new annual catalogue, and it's gorgeous. I would tell you what page it's on, but I stupidly left my catalogue somewhere else, so I won't. But it'll be on the same page as all the other background stamps. This is my pineapple punch ink pad. It's one of the nice new in colours, and it's also in the new style, so it's rather than push and flip and slide, it's just open and slide, which is so much easier. You can use this on a block and stamp in the normal way, but because I'm using this for lots and lots of bits, and I've just realised I've got little white bits all over. That's better. Right, so I've inked it up with pineapple punch, and I've got it just stuck on my work surface, and this is a shiny surface, so it sticks perfectly well. I will come on to the measurements that I'm going to be using shortly, but it's a gatefold card, and I'm basically sticking something on pretty much every surface. So I have to be slightly careful that I get everything the right way up, because this is writing. So I'm going to see how many of these I can get on at once. And I think the answer is 2. So these are actually going to be my backgrounds for layering onto... No, I didn't do what I thought I'd done. Phew. So these are going to be the mats as opposed to the top surface. So let's take that off and see what we have got. Ta-da! Beautiful! Right, so we need to do the same again. And I probably don't need to ink up the whole of the stamp, but you know what, it's kind of easier to do the whole stamp than not. And then pop my piece of paper over the top again and just rub with a block. And this is actually the pre-order list that we were allowed to use as demonstrators before the catalogue went live. So there are my 4 side panel mats. Then I've got 2 squares that I need to do, and I'll need to do them one at a time. And as I say, I will come on to the dimensions once I have stamped everything. This one's not totally straight, but we'll see if we can get away with it. If not, I'll just turn it over. No, that's going to be okay. That will be okay. And the last one, and my piece of paper and my block, and there we go. So those are all of the, that's not terribly well done. I've missed a bit there, and that's the bit that's going to show. So I'm actually going to redo it, and I will just do it on the other side, because fortunately card has got 2 sides. So I'll just make sure that I get all of it this time. And for some reason it doesn't want to do that corner there. I might have to just cheat a bit, because you know me, if in doubt, cheat. I think the stamp is actually the wrong way up. So I'm just going to do that. And bearing in mind this is going to be a matte, it's going to be fine. I'm really not going to stress about it. Okay, so with my lovely chamois, I'm just going to A, wipe my surface, and B, clean my stamp and apparently get ink all over my work surface. That's not the brightest thing I've ever done, but there we go. It's gonna be fine. So that is my background stamp dealt with. I do love the new chamois. I love the Stampin' Scrub, but I do love the new chamois. I must actually remember to list it on the items that I say that I've used. I've been forgetting. Right, so pop that back in the case. That is all we need that for. Now, okay, so I'm going to need another piece of scrap paper and something to wipe my finger on because that's now covered in pineapple punch as well. That's better. Okay, so I'm going to do all the stamping. I will try and then I'll do the dimensions as we get to putting it all together. The next stamp set I'm going to use is Enjoy Life, and these are going to be the stamps for the middle of, well, for the top layer. Enjoy Life is one of the $1 Million Achiever sets. I love it. The images are shown at 80%, so they're a lot bigger than this. But I thought for Pineapple Punch, that's probably going to be the best way to go. So let's start with, is that going to be big enough? No, I'll pop it on here. So I'm going to start with the lady who's going, hurrah! So we'll start with her, and I'm just going to pop her down in the corner. So that's her there. Get my chamois and clean her off because I don't need her anymore. And then pop her back. I'm going to grab the grass, which I know isn't yellow, but you know, it's fine. Yellow grass kind of works. It's when it's not as fresh as it was. I'm going to stamp that off so that she is sort of in amongst the grass. And then I'm going to do it again. And, oop, didn't do that terribly well. Better. And then just have it coming right the way across the bottom of the card. So that's that. Then I want the little flowery bit, and ideally a tiny block. So we've got our A block, and I'm going to do this full strength, so I'm going to have this down in that corner just to fill that in, and then over there to balance it out. So that's that. And then as this is going on the inside of the card, we need a sentiment of some sort. So, let's think. Thank you kindly? Yes, thank you kindly, I think. Or should we have love you? No, let's have thank you kindly. Going to be a little large, but it'll do, and I'm going to do that full strength as well and just pop it down at the bottom there. So that's that. So that's going to be the inside of our card. So now we need to do something for the outside of our card. So outside of our card is this smaller bit. So I want one of my favourite stamps from this set, which is this lovely sort of florally, not quite florally, splodgy thing. And I want that stamped off. You can see I'm making this up, can't you? think I'll come in and just go over the top as well. Lovely. Getting there. And then, so I've got thank you kindly on the inside. I think we will have how beautiful a day can be when kindness touches it. Because then thank you kindly kind of works with that. And we'll pop that up at the top corner in the full strength. Yep. Right, I think we don't need the pineapple punch anymore, so that can go away, as can all of our blocks. Ooh, including that one. And then I will go through the measurements and how to make the card. So, how are we doing time-wise? It's a very bright day, so I can't actually see my camera screen, which is interesting. But there we go. Oh, I haven't done these bits. Oh, need to do those bits. Right, okay, this is fine. This is fine. I'm not panicking, honest. Okay, because these just need to have a bit of je ne sais quoi something. So actually I'm going to do them separately because I know exactly what I'm going to do with that. So let us bring back our large floral, our floral splodge. Open our pad again, and all I'm going to do is stamp off and stamp, stamp off, whoops, and stamp, and the last one, and then I want our two little butterflies, which I will put on my G block. So we will have full strength butterflies, and then we'll have full strength flying butterflies as well, but I like threes, as you know, so we will have threes, and they're all going to be different. And oops, right, now I finish with the ink and the stamping. Better get it right once. Nice, wouldn't it? Right, okay, so get rid of that because that's fairly well done. And what I need is my trimmer. So the other challenge that I gave myself was to make the card in imperial, not metric. So I'm starting with a piece of 10.5 by 3.5 pineapple punch card. So I'm going to need that out. I need to just check. Yes, you can see. So get rid of my cutting blade. Always a good thing to do when you're scoring is to start by getting rid of your cutting blade. So we need to make a gatefold. So 10.5 by 3.5. The card is going to be 3.5 inches square. So our first score line will be at 1 3/4. Then at 3.5, because it's going to be 3.5 square. Now technically you should be doing these flipping, but I'm just going to go with it. Then 7 and 8 3/4. Now what you could do is just do all your measurements. So do your 2 measurements and then just turn it over and do the other 2 measurements. But hey, so that is our basic card. So this is where I say we should really technically have done these 2 in the opposite direction, but I'm just going to go with it. It's fine. Actually, not those. Yes, those two. So do 1 and 2. So those fold in, and then these fold out. Guess what? Neon pink and pineapple punch do not go well together. But there we go. That's what I've got on. And there you are. You see? Cute! Is that the cutest or is that the cutest? And do they work? Oh, yes, they work. Thank you. Okay, so our side panels are, and we're going to open that out again, are for the bigger size. We have got 4 of 3 and 3/8 by 1 and 5/8, and then for the inner bits we've got, or the layering bits, we've got 3 1/4 by 1 1/2. So it's down 1/8 of an inch on each. So snail would be a good place to start. I have a horrible feeling that's going to run out, but okay, it's going to run out. If it's going to run out, it will run out. So let's pop some snail on the back of each of these, and try and get some of it on our card and not on my work surface. That'd be a plan, wouldn't it? Okay, so those are all inked, glued. So we do need to make sure that the words are the right way up, even if they don't join up. Now this is where Hannah, I think from memory, used just plain card, and then she had designer series paper on top, which is great, really good way to go. And obviously if you're using your designer series paper on top, you can make sure that it runs across or not, whichever is preferable for you. And then we're going to do the same again with each of these. So just add some snail. And the last one. Yep, you see, it's run out. Okay, grab another one. Or at least a refill. I don't have another one out, so we'll just grab a refill. It's fine. Life is too short to worry. And they are very, very quick to change over. Or would be if I could get my hands to actually do what I want them to do. Thank you. Right, how quick was that? Okay. Right, and these can go in no particular order, but again we just need to make sure they are the right way up. Always a plan, really. Now we are going to actually cover up quite a lot of this, which is a bit sad, but you know, I can live with it. And the last one. Okay, now get the right bits for the right bits. That goes with that. This goes with this. So snail on here. That on there, and then put the whole of that in the middle. And lastly, final bit goes on there, and then that all folds together, and then this goes over the top, and this is where I say we're going to cover some of it up, but you know, I can live with it. And I will follow Hannah's fine example and use some dimensionals, because I can, as they say, or as I say at least. So, sort of not quite in the middle, and then on, whoops, on the edge, and then this is the only tricky bit, is you've got to try and get this in the middle while sticking it down at the same time, but without getting it in the wrong place, whoops, before you want it to be. Down. There we go. So there is my card in Pineapple Punch. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to, I'm just doing a quick. So my card is 3.5 inches square. 3.5 square. Oh, I can! Yay! Okay. Once upon a time, I had, here we go. I had, hopefully I have, hurrah! So Hannah made an envelope to go with her card. So I'm going to do the same because I can. So I need a piece of 6x6 paper. So this is the 6x6 Designer Series paper stack. It comes in obviously each of the in colours, and it comes in 2 designs. So it's this little dot and the stripe, and then it also comes in a larger dot and a larger stripe, but this is the one I've grabbed, so it's the one I'm going for. So, okay, how are we time-wise? Oh, this is ridiculously long, but why not? Let's go for it. So I need to punch at 3. Oops, it helps, of course, if you punch and score. So 3, and this will be 3 again, obviously, because we're going to make a square card. Now, what I'm not going to do is tie it together with twine, because guess what? We don't have any Pineapple Punch twine. So I'm actually going to make it as a proper envelope. So, round our corners. And get rid of the bits, pop that on the floor, and then make our little envelope. So, how cute is this? I think it is incredibly cute. Still don't think neon pink goes with it, mind you, but there we go. Hey ho. So, 1, 2. Fold that up. I'm not going to go too tight with it because this is quite a chunky card. So although it is 3.5 inches square, it is quite fat. And then that is our little card. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. I will let Hannah know I've done this. 1 Pineapple Punch and white, beautifully cute gatefold card. I hope you enjoyed that. It's just a bit of fun. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more madness, then please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. All the details of what I use will be in my blog post, which is below. I will also have the measurements. I will only have them in Imperial because that was kind of the point. If you need any of these products, I would be delighted if you would like to shop with me. The Current Hostess Code is also in the description bar below. That is obviously current as of when this video goes live in June 2018. So if you're watching this later, different host code. Thank you very much indeed. I think that's all. Yes, it is. Thanks a lot. Bye.